morning, class 11. So let's start this new week with a great enthusiasm. This new day, we should make it as a great opportunity in our life and try to achieve various big achievements in all aspects. So let's hear. Just start with a new thing from the book called Hornbill. We are going to start a new poem, that is The Voice of the Rain, written by Walt Whitman. Yeah. So first thing is that the voice of the rain. Exactly. Now first of all, I really want to imagine here, and basically I am seeing that you would really like to read this poem because this is about rain, which everyone's like, especially when we are having the summers, right? We wait for the rain so that we can enjoy that beauty, we can enjoy that peace actually. So here the poem is The Voice of the Rain, means the rain is having a voice, right? So first let's discuss about the poet who had written this, Walt Whitman, and then we will discuss about the poem. Right. So Walt Whitman, he was born in the year 1819 and he died in 1892. He was the American poet with the essays who used to write various essays on very serious issues. And he was a great journalist also. With that, he was an influential poet, means his work was so influenced, his work was so liked by the others that he got that influential down. With that, often he was called as father of the free verse. Now, free verse, you know about it. Basically, we talk about the rhyming scheme. When there is no rhyming scheme, means the poem is written in no rhyming scheme, we call it free verse. Oftenly, he was called as father of the free verse. So from here, we can get to know that this poem, The Voice of the Rain, had free words about the rhyming scheme. Okay, you might be noticing here water cycle I had written with a blue color. Now we will also discuss about it, but one thing I am telling you that this poem describes something related to it as a water cycle also. Right? Now, first thing here, I really need to tell you about this poem. The voice of the rain. Now, rain is generally not having a voice. We humans are having a voice. This rain is having a sound actually. Right? This rain is having a sound. We humans are having the voices. That's why we are speaking here. I'm speaking and you all are speaking with the others. But as it's mentioned, the voice of the rain. So basically, the title itself is personified. This is personification. If I would talk about the first poetic device, right? The first poetic device if I would talk about here is personification, because rain, the non-living thing, the non-human basically got the quality of the living one. That is why it has been personified, right? So the non-living thing, that is the rain, got the quality of the living, that is the voice. We humans are only having the voice of the living one. That is why it has been personified. So title is personification. Next, we are going to learn about the poet and rain. So basically, the voice of the rain says that rain is speaking. So poet is talking to a rain and rain is speaking. So we are having poet and rain together. Right? Next, we will see two different kind of words. In the very first line, art thou. Now these are the archaic words. Now, the archaic words basically means the old or the obsolete words. So these two words are in though, that is archaic words has been used by the poet Walt Whitman, basically means in today's time these words are not in use at all. Right? Then we will learn about few other poetic devices, so that we will see when we will read the poem also. So I'm starting here with you. I'm reading. We are on page number, this is 41. So first we'll do this poem in two halves. So the first half is here like this. The poem starts like this. And who art thou? Sit I to the soft falling shower. Now I here is the poet. Now poet is raising a question to the soft falling shower. Now soft falling shower is rain. Right? So poet is asking a question to the rain, who art thou? Means who are you? poet is raising this question, and that's why I mentioned about these two are keywords. Art here means are, and the here means you. So who are you? Poet raised this question from the rain. Now soft falling shower, as I mentioned here in the first line, this is there the poetic device has been used as imagery. Now soft falling shower means that the rain is coming in a very slow and in a very gentle manner. So we are imagining. Imagery is basically a poetic device where we imagine the visual descriptions. So here we are imagining that how rain very softly coming, how very gently the rain is coming. So that is why imagine. Who art thou? Said I to the soft falling shower, which strange to tell gave me an answer as here translated. Now poet said that I raised a question from the soft falling shower, that is rain, who are you? And very strangely, rain responded to my question, which I am translating. So basically rain answered, it's in own language, poet understood it, and poet is translating it to us so that we can also understand that what rain has replied to the question, who are you? So this is the first very question raised by the poet. Clear? I. Now what rain replied? I am the poem of earth. So this is the answer of that question, who are you? I am the poem of the earth. Said the voice of the rain. Now poem of the earth basically means that I am the poem of, like I am the poem. Like we are reading this poem, actually I am the poem of the earth, or the whole earth, rain mentioned. So here the poetic device which has been used is metaphor, because two qualities has been used together. When we are comparing, used together basically means when we are comparing two qualities. Like rain has been compared with the poem, that rain is like the poem of the earth. So metaphor has been used. No like word is there, that is why metaphor, otherwise simile. Right? Now what rain explain later on. It says eternal. Now eternal means which has no end. I rise impalpable. Now here we will talk about water cycle. You know, there are the vapors first evaporate, then it goes to the sky, change the form, then come back. So in the same manner rain is explaining eternal, which is having no end. I rise impalpable. Now impalpable means which nobody can touch actually. So I rise, I take a birth out of the land and the bottomless sea. So rain answer, I am having no end. I take a birth from this land and from the bottomless sea. So this is my origin place, this is my origin actually. So I rise from there, right? So here bottomless sea written, which is another poetic device uses hyperbole. Now hyperbole is when we are exaggerating something. So bottomless basically means which is having no bottomless sea. That the sea which is having no bottom at all. But if we see, there is a bottom actually. It's very deep. So here the poet has exaggerated at bottomless sea. There is no bottom of the sea at all. Right? So rain says, eternal I rise. So this is my origin. I rise. Now vapors, you know, like how the rain, you know about the water cycle. You have studied it earlier in the science subject also. So now I rise. I take the form of vapors. Right? I rise from the land and from the bottomless sea, upward to heaven. Now I am going to the heaven. Heaven is sky. Whence means from where. Vaguely, it is not clear actually. Formed altogether change and yet the same. Now what rain is saying, when I take a birth from the land and bottomless sea, I go to the heaven, that is sky. Where, vaguely, it is not clear actually, I change my form, but I remain the same. Means I change into clouds. Earlier I just evaporation system it happens. Sorry. I was the vapor. Then I change the form in the sky. But I am saying, but I am rain only. I am that rain only, but my form has only changed upwards. I descend. Now I need to come down. I descend. Fall down. Descend means come down or fall down. To lave. Lave means to wash. To wash the rot. Atomies, dust layers of the globe. Now rain is saying, I come down, I fall down to wash all the dusty particles, all the drought we are having, all the dust layers we are having, the tiny particles we are having of this globe. So I am coming down, falling down just to wash away all these things. Try to understand it here. How it taken a form of vapors from the land and bottomless sea, goes to the sky, change the form in the form of clouds, and come down, fall down to wash the drought, the tiny particles of atoms and the dusty layers of this globe. So my work is to wash away all these things. So till here I guess it's clear to you. Next we will continue in the next class. Thank you, and attempt the worksheet, do all the questions and send it to me timely. Thank you. God bless you all.